to be done. So if you're a beginner, like this week was your first time working on Excel, you can do this, believe me. So you just need to read every step and then do everything that is said and you get the answer. Okay, so let's see. This is the task one. It said open the week one mini project. So it's asking us to open that file, the other file that I sent to you that I mentioned now, which is this one. If you have downloaded it, you'll be able to open it. And then I have mine like this. Okay, so if you open the file, I expect that you will see something like this. Okay, there are two sheets. So we have the results and the customers, as you can see. Oops. So next thing is now using the results sheet. So we have to use the results sheet, which is this one, this particular one. So it said that you should complete the following. So in cell A2, you know where cell A2 is, right? So input student name. So you have like student name in cell A2, and then add 6 names from A3 to A8. So it means that if I'm imputing student name here in A2, so it's asking me to do exactly what I have here, which is James, Bina, and also on. So you are expected to do the same thing from A3, which is, so it means that's going to be underneath the student name that you created. So that's simple. So that's how you're going to follow all the steps. And then he said you should enter 4 courses at B2 to E2. So we already added something at A2, which is student name. So he's expecting us to add 4 courses like this in this direction, because he said B2 to E2. So you know these things, right? You know the references. So you just need to look at the references and then do whatever it says. So you have to enter these courses: mathematics, English, science, and IT. So by the time you're done, you have so it's asking that you input this course. So exactly what you have there is what you are going to put in there. Okay. If you change it, then you'll be getting a different answer, and that's going to affect your eventual submission. So please, exactly what you have here, just type it. The solution has already been done based on this record that you have. So it's asking us to create a table by merging B1. I mean, you can see the steps are really clear, right? So it's even going to tell you the cells you need to work on. So just to make it easy for everyone. So you need to merge B1 to E1. So if you check B1 to E1, so it's talking about this one now. So if we have created, let me just do it simply. Let me say student's name. Okay. And then it's asking that you match this one together. You know how to match, right? We talked about that. So whatever I ask you to do, you just follow. So, and name it student result. So after merging, name it student result. And then it's asking that you format the background to be a black color and bold white color and so on. So just read it and then scroll down, follow the instructions. So now it's asking that, again, you input the student's name at H2 to K2. So H2 to K2, so you just go to H2, this is H2 here. So you put in the students, the courses, is it student name that he said now? Or the courses name? Subject name. So you put in the subject name again from H2 to K2. So just follow the instruction. So you have something like this. This is my own file. This is exactly what it's asking you to do, this first part. So you can see how mine look like. This is the only thing I'm going to show you from my end. So I'm not going to show you everything, but this is, if you follow the instruction, you have exactly something like this. And then it says from H2 to K2, you should add these subjects again. So you just need to follow the instruction and do whatever it says. And then I think the next instruction is that you check. So write a formula. I'm going to be talking on this at the end of today, just to explain this, because I know that when I taught you guys if statement, I only showed you 2 conditions, right? So if it is this, true, if not false. So, but in this question that I asked, there are more than 1 condition. So I believe some of you know it, but for the beginners, I'm going to be showing you how you will do it. Okay, I'll just show you one and then you will just do it across. So I will also send probably some material if you want and tell you the name of the concept so you can check online. Again, everything you are doing today is just everything we've done during the week. So you don't need to be afraid. So just read the instructions. If there's anything that you don't understand at any point, the mentors are there, even the class support, they will assist you. Just walk through it, just follow everything that you can see. It has really been a lot of work was put into this just to make it clear for everyone. So just follow the instructions and you will get the the result. So at the end of the day, this is what you're expected to get for this first task. So when you can see it's long. You can see that's why you keep creating it. And then in the end, you're expected to have something like this. Okay. So you can see this guy is staying there, right? So there's a part in the question that is going to ask you to do this, so that when you go to the right, this guy does, you know what I'm talking about, right? This guy is still there. So we can always trace the CGPA and everything. You get the idea. So this is what you should have when you scroll right by the time you are done. With the same formatting, everything, that's what you format, everything has been explained in the description. Just follow it and then you will get something like this. So this is task 1. So you can see, I put it there that this is what you should get by the time you are done. So I'm not supposed to show you the answer for this guy, but it's not a problem. Just to let you know this is something like you get. Now, the second task, task 2, now you are using the customer's sheet. So this is the customer's sheet, as you know. Yeah. This is my own work, right? So you will not have this summary yet. But as you follow the steps, you will see where to create the summary, when to create the summary. So that's why you probably see, you are seeing summary here, because this is like a solution that I already did. So it said insert a new colon after last name and name it full name. So all you just need to look for is look for last name. So let me go to the original data that you people have so that you can relate. So look for last name. So this is last name. It's asking that I insert a data after this last name. So you should know how to do that, right? So insert a data after this last name. And then what's it asking you to do? Then you should formulate the full colon. So you name it full name, and they said formulate the full name colon by joining prefix, first name, and last name together, separated by a space. I mean, that is very straightforward. You know what to do, right? So we want to get the full name of these people. First, you need to insert a new colon, name it full name, and then join this one together with a space in the middle. You know what to do, right? Okay, I know many of you already know what to do. So that's how you're going to follow the step. Again, this is insert a new colon after birth date and name it year of birth. So this is after birth date. So insert a new colon after it and name it year of birth. And then I ask that you formulate the year of birth by extracting the year from the birth date. I did not teach you this. So you guys, you can see I put it there. Use Google. So here you ask Google, how do you extract a year from date? Google, I mean, just go on Google, Google will tell you the answer. So once you find the solution to that, to the formula, you will definitely find the year. So it means that I don't want just this date, I want just the year. So in this case now, I'm expecting 1969 and so on and so forth. Now, all these ones that are like this, it means that like you just need more space. Someone asked in one of the channels. So whenever you have something like this, it's not error, but the space is not enough for Excel. So what you can probably do is just to expand it, and then you will see all the data that you have. Okay. So that's just for your information. So again, you follow all the steps. Everything has been well described. Follow all the steps, insert new colon, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. Yeah. And then I put a PS here. Don't forget the best practice to color your newly created columns. You know, you're creating a lot of new columns. So don't forget to like give them a color so that we can know that they are like newly created. You get the idea, right? Okay. So that's task 2. And then now task 3 is where you create a new sheet, name it summary. So when you name it summary, again, merge A1, B1, you follow all the steps. You can see by the time you are done, you have something like this. So you have like, when you follow the step here, you have exactly what you have here. So you're expected to like enter the following beneath A1. So like this is A1, so enter the following beneath A1. So from like A2 to A13. So enter all of these things that you have here and make sure they are visible and bold as you can see them. You know what to do to make them visible and to make them bold. By visible, I mean that if everything is not showing, so I want everything to show. So for instance, if you type total annual income at first in a normal column, it will not contain everything. So you know what to do to make it like, to make everything visible. That's what I mean. That's what this visible means. And then bold it as you can see. Then compute the corresponding result. So based on this now, using this B, column B now, compute the following results and make sure they are visible and as good as shown. So the first one is total customers. So total customers is defined as the total number of customers you have in your customers sheet. So you'll be making reference to this. You'll be making reference to these customers. Okay, so you count the total number of customers you have here. You know how to do that, right? I don't know. Just, I mean, some of the functions that you've learned. So how many customers do we have here? So you would number them. I don't want to use the function that I don't want to say the function that you will need to use here, but you will number the customers that are here. Let me show you that quickly. So let's assume I want to calculate total number of customers. So I know that is like, let's assume it is count blank. Let's assume it is count blank. So, and then I want to select the range. So all I need to go is come back here and then select whatever I want to select. You get the idea now. So I'm saying this because I know when we were doing our classes, all our data were on one sheet, but now we're having to calculate something on another sheet. It's still the same thing. So once you are writing your formula, just click on the sheet, you will have your data and then select the range. You will still get the same thing. So you will just see something like this. You can see what you have here, like in this formula now, you can see like customers. So this is telling you that this range that you are selecting is not in this current sheet, it's in customers sheet. You get the idea. So, but it's not different. Just get the formula and then go and select the range that you want to select from the other end, and then you get your answer. I hope that is clear. I believe that is clear. That shouldn't be a big deal. So let me undo this. Okay, so let's go back. So you calculate total number of customers, then the number of customers that were born in year 1956. You know, originally in the data, we don't have year of birth, but we already created it, right, from here. So that's why you have to do this. If you don't do this, you will not be able to. So we've already calculated the year of birth. I told you to use Google to find out, to extract year from date. So you now find the number of customers that were born in 1956. How are you going to do that? I can't tell you, but you should know it based on what we've done so far. Then you find the number of customers that are single. So here you will see marital, I think there's marital state, not even I think, there is marital status in the data. So you will see at the beginning here, marital status. Can you see it? But the issue here is that it is written as SM, which means single married. So in one of your tasks, I actually asked you to create a new column. This is it. You create a new column, name it marital status full, and then change everywhere we have S in that particular column, change it to single, and everywhere we have M, change it to married. Okay, so that's what you are going to use to. So that's what you are going to like use to evaluate that question that asks us to find the total number of customers that are single. And again, for the same thing, we have gender. So gender here, M means male, F means female. I also asked us to create a new column, and this is it. Create a new column, call it gender full, and then change F to female, M to male. So after you've done that, you can use that female that you just created now, that column, to find the total number of customers that are female. And then the total annual income. So if you check this is the annual income. So what is the total number of, I don't want to say the function, but the total income, just know how to calculate the total income. That's not a big deal. Then the average annual income, right? So calculate the average annual income. Then at one point, at this, one of the columns I also asked us to create is wealth category. And I asked us to create it from annual income. Okay, so when you've created that wealth category based on this, so this is the criteria for the wealth category. Again, this is multiple ifs. So don't worry, at the end of this walkthrough, I'm going to show you how you will do. I will only show you how you will do for this one, the grade one. But I believe that whatsoever you do here is still applicable here. So I will only show you for the grade one, and then so you have more than one condition. So you have to check if the annual income is greater than or equals to 150,000, then you will say that that person is wealthy. If it is not greater than 150, if it is less than 150,000 but greater than 100,000, that person is rich. Otherwise, that person is average. You know, based on this condition, as you can see, or that person is poor. So I now ask that. So now, after you have done this, now you are asked to find how many customers are rich. So you will be using that column, of course, as your criteria range. I just gave you that just to make it easy for some of us to, by mentioning that criteria. I shouldn't have mentioned it yet. And then we have high school. So if you check, again, everything is in the data. So if you check, high school is like education, yeah? So if you check under education level, some of them are graduates, some of them are bachelors, some of them are high school. That's their education level. So you're asked to find how many customers are having their education level at high school. So you are going to find them. You find how many customers. And then male bachelors. This is interesting. So male bachelors. So if you check, you know, we have gender colon, and then we have which is male or female, and then we have education level bachelors. So how many of our customers are male and have bachelor's degree? So those are how many criteria, 2 criteria. So you know how to find it like that. I'm just giving you clear what this means. Of course, I gave the description here. The description is here, male bachelors. If you want to find the meaning of all of those things, it says the number of customers that are male and bachelors at the same time. So you just find how many customers are like that. Then graduate degree. So how many, this one is tricky. Please be careful here. It's actually not the number of customers that are having graduate degree, but the average salary of graduate degree holders. No, you are not finding the number of customers that are graduate degree holders. You are finding the average salary of graduate degree holders. And then this last one, professional. So it's asking that the number of professional customers that earn more than 90,000. So again, this is like 2 criteria because you have to check whether they are professional, which is their occupation. So under occupation, you find professional. And then you also have to check if they earn more than 100,000. So you are checking like two criteria. So again, I just keep mentioning that just to make it easy. So, and I said you can also use Google here to probably see how you can add this as a criteria. But again, just ask on the Discord if you have any issue around this plate. And then the last one is clerical. So how many customers are clerical? So again, this is under, clerical is under occupation. So how many of them are clerical? So you should know how to answer that. So when you are done, I asked that in this column A13, which is this one, this last one now, this column A13, if you check my solution, in this column A13, you can see it's in A13. I asked that we use a data validation here. You use data, you already know what data validation is, right? So you use data validation to show all other occupations. You know, there are a lot of occupations here. We have, let me just use this one to show them. So we have clerical, management, professional, skilled, manual. So data validation will be here so that we can toggle it and change. If I don't want clerical, if you know what, I mean, you were in the class, I believe, so you know what I'm talking about. So once you are done, that's all. So, all right. Okay, so if you check, this is the last thing I will just show, and then we'll go ahead to do our stuff. So if you check here, it's asking that I write a formula to check the score of the students per subject. So this is something many of us relate to it because it's more like calculating CGPA, as you can see. So it's asking that we write a formula to check the score of the students per subject and return their grades as follows. So it should return A if a score is greater than or equals to 90. It should return B if a score is greater than or equals to 70, but less than 90. It should return C if a score is greater than or equals to 50, but less than 70. It should return F if the score is less than 50. So let me just show you how you do that. So for this guy now, this is how the formula looks like. So I know I taught you if for just one if, like just check 2 conditions, but this is 3 conditions. So this is actually what's going on. So after I write the first one, which is that if this value here, because I'm starting with math for James, if this math is greater than or equals to 90, return A. You can see we are under value if true. So if it is true, return A. You already know what this means. Now, if it is not true, in the past, you will just put, maybe if it is not true, return F, just 2 criteria. But here we have more than 1 criteria. So if it is not true, what you want to do again is you want to keep checking. You get the idea? So if it is not true that is not greater than 90, then you want to check for the next condition. So in the place of value if false, you are going to start another if statement again. Are you getting it? So, and then you say if, now you take the second criteria, which is that if is greater than or equals to 70, because that's the next, oops, I opened stop by mistake. Because that's the next criteria, if this score is greater than or equals to 70. Are you getting the whole trick now? So then you return B. Now, if it's not B, you can see, because we've created another if now, we have another value if true, and then value if false. So if it's not B, again, there are still other criteria, right? So you open another if again. So if it's not B, then check again if it is greater than or equals to 50. Then that is C. So if it's not C, because the last criteria we have is F, then now you can have value if false, which is your F. So what the system is going to do is it's going to check this. Is it greater than or equals to 90? No. It moves on. It goes to the next if, value if false. But value if false now is still another if. So it checks again. Is this value greater than or equals to 70? Because we already said that it's not up to 70 before. So this one is out. So now, but is it greater than 70? In this case, it is greater than 70. So it will just return B. But if it's not greater than 70, it goes further again and check. Is it greater than 50? If it's greater than 50, it returns C. If it's not greater than 50, then it's going to return F. Okay. So this is, I already showed you the formula now. So look at it, you can copy it, you can watch this part of the video to just copy the formula if you don't understand. You don't even need to go to Google again. This is already clear. But it's called, the concept is called nested ifs. So you're like putting ifs inside of ifs, but that's how you're going to do this. And then you can drag here, drag down, you'll get your answer. Let me just show you for this one. So if you check for C now, you can see that it's saying, is it greater than or equals to 90? No, 50 is not greater than or equals to 90. So this will not be done. It comes to the next one. Is it greater than or equals to 70? No. So it comes to the next one. Is it greater than or equals to 50? Yes, it's equals to 50. So it returns what? It returns C. In this case, it's 48. None of these criteria are met. So it returns F. So that's why I'm going to calculate it. And the reason I showed you this one is because I think there's still one more. There's still another maybe criteria that you will check, but this one is probably easier when you will check for the A or B. You just follow the guide, just follow everything that you have in your instruction, and then you'll be fine. Will be good. And of course, I'm there on Discord. The class supports are also there. If you need any assistance, we'll be ready to assist. Okay, so let's round up. Someone said you advise that we check Google for some directions. Wouldn't it be complicated to comprehend? No. I told you from the beginning that Google is part of your work. Being able to find answers online is part of your work. So, and that's why I added that. So you should start learning how to find your answers on Google. And as a matter of fact, it's a bit straightforward, right? So what I told you to find is straightforward. Very, very straightforward. I said you should extract your date, your year from birth date. So just go to Google and say, extract year from birth date, Excel, and then you will see. There's nothing coming. Within 5 minutes, you've already found the answer. In fact, maybe the first thing you're going to see. So it's part of the learning process. Okay, I think someone already answered as well. Yeah, thank you. So with that, I think we are done. So we can now start again, 2:30 p.m. Central European time. That's in about 4 hours, 55 minutes or thereabouts. So I can just increase the time by 5 minutes just to make up for the extra 5 minutes that we spent. But yeah, if you have any question anytime, please reach out on Discord. We're all working together. If you can assist someone, please do. Let's all enjoy this. And I believe once we are done with this project, honestly, if you can do it, it will really help you master everything that we have learned this week. I can assure you that. And then we'll be able to build on that for next week. So I hope I have the time before the end of the day to make the video for my solution, if I can. If not, by tomorrow, I will definitely upload the solution so that you can have a look and then we'll meet on Monday. All right. Thank you so much, guys, and see you soon. Bye-bye.